And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. I hope you're all well. In today's live stream, we are going to be discussing the game-changing announcement that Tommy Robinson has made with regard to the Epping Migrant Hotel. Of course, over the last week, we've seen fury erupt in loads of different times and loads of different situations in Epping, outside the Migrant Hotel, after, of course, one of the individuals in there was charged with sexual assault on a young girl. The people of Epping are, of course, furious, and there has been mass amounts of protests outside that hotel. Of course, the mainstream media, as always, are looking to try and scapegoat, call it far right. However, what I do see there is simply mothers, fathers, and just local normal people that are sharing their outrage. Of course, yesterday there was yet another protest outside of the hotel. We'll go through a couple of those clips to the ones that haven't really emerged yet, whilst also going over the game-changing announcement of what Tommy Robinson has said with regard to next Sunday at Epping Hotel. Let's have a little watch of this, guys, watch the footage and see what Tommy has said. But first, please do hit the like button and the subscribe button and get involved in the live chat below. I'll be taking your reaction a little bit later on. So, as stated, what can you see here, ladies and gentlemen? Far right or just concerned parents? Thousands of people showed up last night. Have a watch.
I know, I've been told, people are saying there's more on the way. There is literally 1,000 people. It goes all the way up the road. Maybe 1,500 people here today. A lot of women and children. The peaceful people of Epping have come out and spoke. I just hope it stays that way late into the night. For the safety of local residents and the people in there, this has to close immediately. A lot of these protesters are telling me they're going to be here every week.
Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids! Save our kids!
Very powerful message. Very powerful message.
I love that saying, by the way. I'm not far right. I'm worried about my kids. Love that. Even UKIP leader was there and he led this chant. Have a look at these scenes.
I say, send them home! 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 Citizens of Epping, this is brilliant. This is what community looks like. People standing up peacefully. But you are aware of the police tactics. You are aware of what MI5 will do to you. They will put agitators in the crowd. They will put plants in amongst us. Community leaders must rise. And as soon as you see that happening, get rid of them. Tell them they are not welcome here. This sort of protest, these demonstrations, this is what is happening up and down the country because good men and women have said enough is enough! Yay! You have stood up together, you have unified together and said that these streets are our streets! Yay! Our streets! Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Patriots, what you have done will go viral because of your effort, because of your work. Other constituencies will see this. You will motivate them. But our political ideology is conservatism. Violence plays no part in what we do. The moment it turns violent is the moment you give the establishment what they need to shut us down. Testosterone must be bridled. Passion must be bridled. And you must stand outside this hotel every single week and send a message to the government. I say, send them home!
So as you've seen there, you've seen Nick say this is going to happen every single week until the establishment takes notice. The government actually takes action and starts listening to the individuals. Now, this is where the game-changing announcement comes with regard to Tommy Robinson. Now, on Urban Media's live stream, one of the locals at the protest made a plea and asked for Tommy Robinson to show face and bring people down to support these protests in Epping.
Visit to this place.
Yes, I would too. I hope he does, because I think that will make it even more bigger.
So look, come here, look into that. Talk to Tommy. Tell him you want to see him coming down here.
Yeah, Tommy, I think you should definitely come down, because you'll help out the situation so much more. We all want you to come down, and because you've got our backs more than our government has. So I think you should come down, and it will make a big difference, 100%.
Here, here. I agree.
See, now Mummy's showing her face.
Now, following this, the answer was very, very simple and straightforward from Tommy Robinson as he announced this with regard to next Sunday at the Bell Hotel in Epping. He said, replying and quote tweeting that video, saying, "I hear you loud and clear. I'm coming to Epping next Sunday, ladies, and bringing thousands more with me." So Tommy Robinson is assembling a protest down there next week. Of course, I think next Sunday is where the next protest is going to be happening. And as stated, Tommy Robinson has said that he is going to be showing face there and bringing thousands of British patriots along with him. Now, we know Tommy Robinson's influence. We've already seen that there's thousands of locals down there already. And the thing is with Tommy, we've seen these large-scale protests, of course, erupting in London, and they have been peaceful, very, very peaceful. We've seen 250,000 last October, and to be fair, I can't remember, maybe one person maybe got arrested, I don't know, but that's always going to be the case when statistics are in place with a large body of people. But he's saying that he's going to be bringing thousands down there of his supporters to the protest and beefing up the numbers. There's already outrage in the local area. There's already loads of people down there anyway. But Tommy Robinson and his influence coming down there, it could literally put this small town into a absolute gridlock. It could be game changing for this, and absolutely huge for the protests that are happening outside this Bell Hotel and Migrant Hotel in Epping, which is also very beautiful to see. So, credit to him. He's coming down there next week, bringing thousands of people with him. And as I said, this should take things and turn the heat up a little bit with regard to these protests. You heard Nick, it's going to continue every single week until the government take notice and, of course, start taking action against these individuals. Let's go into the live chat, guys, and see what everybody's saying with regard to this. I hope you're all well. Bain says the police is sweating now. Well, of course, guys, if you are going to be making your way down there, you want to remain peaceful. That's Tommy's message. That's Nick's message. That's the people of Epping's message. You know, we've seen chaos erupt in the last week or earlier this week. Earlier last week, sorry, should I say. And it made, mainstream media, and they got to do what they wanted to do with it and say it was far right, where you can see simply that it's just the locals. It's just the locals that are erupting in fury. Women there, mothers there, fathers there, people of Epping there. It's certainly not a far-right movement by any means. I don't even know what far-right means anymore. So diluted. But yeah, if you are going there, there will be a huge police presence, of course. But I would urge you, and so would many other people urge you, to remain peaceful. Otherwise, you give them the ammunition that they want. William says, we have the numbers. Take your country back peacefully. Certainly the numbers are growing. They really are growing. Noosa says, Starmer will need security till the day he dies. Chris says, enough is enough. Darlov says, we all care about our children and people. I think that's what it is. That's all it is. People caring about their children, their women of their country, and these individuals are not checked. They came in illegally, and they have a history of doing this such heinous stuff. I've seen some shocking stories come out over the last 24 hours with regard to illegal getting minimal jail time compared to sort of Lucy Conley for sexually assaulting people. I've seen the stuff in Sweden as well with regard to an illegal that got no jail time. It's bonkers. It really, really is bonkers. And it's something that's happening in Europe. But my main focus as a British person, and I'm sure your main focus is saving our country first and maybe setting a precedent going forward. Jed Boy says only far left around nowadays. Well, there will definitely be a massive counter protest, especially as they hear Tommy Robinson's name coming down the walk. Of course, probably going to be a counter protest straight away. You know exactly what they're like. They just follow and just counter just because of the Union Jack. It's absolutely disgusting. Stan says, "Can I go and live in Poland and have my state pension payable?" Now, I'm no financial expert, but I do believe you can move abroad when you have a pension. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you have to check that again. I mean, my father lives abroad, and he's got a military pension. He lives, so yeah, I assume so. Assume so. Dan has turned into an AI android. Nah, this is really me. Look, you can't train AI to do something else, right? What do you want me to do? Prove I'm not AI. The Metio says, I hope Tommy is not walking into a trap. The government already are worried about the upcoming 13th of September gathering. I truly hope everyone remains peaceful. Agitators and provocateurs, watch out. The English trucker says, Nick went there. Where are the Reform Gang? Vote UKIP to really sort this problem out. Yeah, well, the Reform Gang weren't there. I mean, Richard Tice made a comment on it yesterday, I suppose. In a tweet, he said, standing up for was an alienating. But he said this looked like far right. This is just worried family, all these kind of things. So they've made a comment on it, but no, they've not showed their face down there. Right. Wayne says police will get in crowd and kick off. No, they will. I mean, the problem is that there are going to be agitators down there. That's just natural. It's always the case. It doesn't even matter where it is. I've seen tiny protests before in like villages, and they're still. I think they just have a list of what's going to be going on, where anyone that's flying a Union Jack is going to be, and they just counter protest, call them racist and Nazi. As your father's in the military and living abroad, what does he and even his old mates think about what's going on? My father's views probably align with a lot of yours. Well, they do align with a lot of. So yeah, no, yeah, he doesn't like the UK for that reason, and yeah, lives abroad because of the ongoing in the country, and I think he likes the sun as well. He did his bit in the UK for a long time, so he's enjoying retirement and yeah, living in a hotter climate, warmer climate. But of course, follows the UK very, very closely, and yeah, very, very passionate about the ongoing. With regard to other military people, I mean, I also got friends in the military and people that I serve with and people that have got out, and everyone's views really align. The military people are on your side. People that served in the military shared the disgust as to where the country's going. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't think of many that would be far left in the British military, RAF, Army, Navy. I don't, yeah, I've never come across one. Let's put it that way. Dave says, it breaks my heart. I can't attend anywhere because I'm seriously disabled. Don't work or drive. I'm an ex-serviceman and feel helpless. Sorry to hear that, Dave. Of course, sorry to hear what you're going through as a person, but of course, your support on these platforms means everything as well. You know, getting your voice heard, sharing stuff. You know, you're doing your bit for sure, 100%. Wow. But yeah, thank you for your service, Dave. AJ Audit says, as the authorities now know that Tommy is coming to Epping, the hotel could easily be emptied in the meantime. Yeah, well, they can show how quickly it can be done, I suppose. But yeah, no, I think he actually tweeted just after he announced that. He said, what's the odds on them closing the hotel on Sunday when I come down? I think there's going to be a huge police presence. Made it public, but the way for him to make it public and him to get a body of men or women, men and women down, that he has to, of course, make it public because the more people show up. Lee Harris says, deport the lot of them. They don't belong here. And average British citizen, which hasn't got a voice, doesn't want any of them here. I know I don't want them here. The country is overcrowded as it is. Absolutely. 100%. It is 1,000% overcrowded. And I just look at the simple issue, and I've said it in a couple of live streams. When you've got 7,000 homeless veterans currently without a place to stay, even hearing horror stories that individuals have been evicted to make way for these Afghan asylum seekers coming in, that's when you know your country's messed up. That's when you know your country's messed up. You've got guys that were willing to, of course, put their life down for their country. They said the oath, and they have been treated so appalling. 7,000 homeless veterans that could be using those hotels, that could be staying in those hotels. And you better believe, I think that most people that are paying tax, I would say 99% of people paying tax absolutely have no problem whatsoever helping veterans out with their tax money and putting them into the hotels where they get 3 meals a day and getting themselves on there. The thing about military people is that, or ex-service personnel, is that they're very proud people. You know, they've fallen on a hard time, especially the veterans, and staying in a hotel for a matter of time, whether it be a year or 6 months or something like that, would be a real booster and a leverage for them, and would be certainly a thank you back. They're not going to sit around. They would use that platform to get their life back together again, find work, and be a pillar to the community once again. And that's what they want. They don't want to sit around. They want to go out there and make something for themselves. They're very, very proud people. So yeah, I think the taxpayer would be jumping at the bit to allow the veterans, the 7,000 homeless veterans, to stay in those hotels, other than people that crossed over into this country illegally. Illegally, we're not even talking about asylum seekers or people claiming asylum. We're talking about individuals that have entered the country illegally. They've done an illegal act, crossed over, and entered this country illegally and getting rewarded. Where 7,000 veterans currently are homeless. It's sick, absolutely. And that's another point. Stop the boats it's full of bloke. It is. There is. Well, every time I think people are saying that there's things that AY audits. I think he does a great coverage, by the way. So do check him out. He does a lot of coverage at these hotels. But yeah, when I watch these guys' content, the citizen journalists that go around doing this kind of stuff, it's all blokes. It is all blokes, and they're trying the mainstream media and the people in the establishment try and tell you and gaslight you that it's women and children. There is no women and children in these hotels. Every time I see these hotel things, these exposés of hotels, it's always blokes. And in fact, the last couple of ones shared, and I've not seen one woman or child within that hotel. And when we see pictures of the boats come across, they're all blokes. I mean, you've got to put the two and two together. There's something really, really freaking weird going. But yeah, it's wild. Anyway, guys, we've got plenty more stuff coming up for you today. There's been a few things within the UK justice system with regard to illegals again. There's also been an absolute sickening story coming out of Sweden we're getting onto, and the Taliban have actually made comment, and actually the Taliban words won't come in a way where you will dislike what they're saying. It's something that you would think, oh, okay. They wouldn't commit these atrocious acts in their own country under a Taliban leadership. And but they come over to places like Sweden, they come over to places like the United Kingdom and do these things because they know in their own country they wouldn't get away with it. Yeah, we've got an interesting live stream for you later coming out of Sweden and, of course, the UK as well. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.